We've just completed a build now around Ekwe area. It's a two-bedroom build. We designed it and we completed it in 6 weeks, fully documented. 6 weeks. It was 6 weeks from start to finish. Everything done, handed over. So we're talking about a building with sockaway, borehole, foundation, container building. It has a terrace, finishing work on the outside, landscaping, all of that stuff, all in 6 weeks. You can't buy this. Now, within that 6 week period, the dollar moved from 650 to 700 naira.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it.
Building affordable houses using some materials that we are not even thinking of in this ecosystem. So, what will you consider as the major comparative advantage between building with blocks and building with these containers?
This your question is a tricky one and it's quite loaded. But then I would say many people will probably want to advantages. The only thing they want to know is price. Which one is? But let's talk about advantages now. Many people when they're building their houses, they go about it 3 or 4 ways. You either build it yourself from ground up. You go and learn how to build. You supervise it yourself. You go and buy an off plan, someone builds it for you, or you call in a developer to build it for you on a JV, or you just go and buy a ready made house outright. Now, all of these aspects, all of these types of building makes it out of reach for most people. If you buy a house from a developer, he's going to put his money on top. You don't know how much money has gone into the house, so you don't know. You're going to be paying a premium. If you build it yourself, you need the knowledge to do that. You also need to be there to do it yourself. If you buy an off plan, it takes time. So basically, we saw that. Can we find a way to build fast? Do you understand? Build fast and deliver quickly. Now, we know that this does not work for every type of building, which is why our business is focused, at least for now, because of how young the market is, on commercial spaces. I'll explain more why later, but then the reason is a commercial space needs to be built now so that it can generate money now. That is basically the idea, and this is where containers come in. As in fact, it helps solves the problem. Oh, I want a shop. I don't know where to rent, but I have a piece of land. Would you rather go and build it for 6 months without even knowing whether it's going to come? I mean, whether it's going to be a success, or would you rather? I mean, you have the money, or would you rather build it quickly and see what comes of it? So what we say is that you build quick, and then you can now start to get your money back quickly. But then also building quick hedges you from what is going on in the markets today. I don't know, everyone sees the exchange rate. It's gone really crazy.
Crazy.
It's gone really crazy. And we can't keep building the way we were building even 2 years ago. We need to find a way to build faster or just a different way to build faster. And that is where our business, I think, really has the advantage, which is the idea, I mean, which is the ability to be able to build fast. We've just completed a build now around Ekwe area. It's a two-bedroom build. We designed it and we completed it in 6 weeks, fully documented. 6 weeks. It was 6 weeks from start to finish. Everything done, handed over. So we're talking about a building with sockaway, borehole, foundation, container building. It has a terrace, finishing work on the outside, landscaping, all of that stuff, all in 6 weeks. You can't buy this. Now, within that 6 week period, the dollar moved from 650 to 700 naira. These changes are going to be reflected in the market very soon, which means that everything that is not produced in Nigeria is going to get more expensive, which will capsize into basically everything: construction, transportation, everything will go up. So this is where shipping container houses, really comes into play. You can build big, you understand, but you don't really need all that time. You understand? Because the container has already done the work for you. The container already has a floor. It already has walls. It already has a ceiling. So you don't need that time to start building it from ground up anymore. You can just simply stack your shipping containers and move on to the next thing is doors and glass. That I mean, you don't even start thinking about doors and glass for a normal building for maybe about 6 months to a year. You won't be thinking about you're still thinking about putting up block, decking it, putting a roof on it. For a shipping container, once you've stacked your shipping container, all the processes within the shipping container can start at the same time. Whilst for your brick house, you need to wait for one to finish, to dry, for it to go together like that. So that is what makes a shipping container build interesting or something that we should look at a bit more. Plus, now we have a dearth of housing in Nigeria. I'm sure there's some statistics out there that would show you that the government needs to build houses. With a shipping container build, you're building at such a short period, there is no time for some of those things to crystallize and some of these risks that affect a brick and mortar build to crystallize. So look at it like this as an investor. This is my analogy for investors. How would you rather do it? How would you rather have it? You have 50 million naira to spend today and you want a house. That house must be comfortable, it must be well finished, it must be beautiful, it must be what you want in your mind. You have 50 million. I'm giving you two options to build it with a shipping container or to build it with brick and mortar. With the shipping container build, you'll be done in 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
You'll be done in 10 weeks. With the brick, I'm talking about buildings are same size, same amount, same fitting, same everything. With the shipping container, will be done in 10 weeks. Your building will take shape in about 1 week. That is, the entire structure will take shape in 1 week. If it's a duplex, we can stack it in 1 day. Your brick and mortar house, you are talking, even if you are building with Julius Berger, you're talking minimum 6 months. That's a risk there. If you're building commercial property, that is property that's supposed to generate cash flow, a restaurant, Airbnb, hotel, student accommodation. What you want to be building it for 2 years does not make sense. It is best that I have 50 million to build a student accommodation, or I have 30 million to build a student accommodation, and I can build it in 10 weeks and in 11 weeks have the students in there. I think that's a better way to invest our money nowadays. Also because the rate of inflation has skyrocketed. Whatever investment you're making now, if it's naira denominated, it's constantly being depreciated. So, and I'm sure almost everybody in Nigeria that is an investor has a naira investment. So to hedge that risk, the only way to do it is to build it fast and start to collect your money back fast, because you don't want that investment sitting there and then inflation wiping it. And then you are going further and further your investment is going further and further down, but then you've not broken even. But then if you can deploy 50 million today and start to get it back gradually in the next 2 months or 3 months, you are way better off than the second man spending that same 50 million, but not knowing when it will finish. And 2 years' time, he hasn't started to collect the money back. So basically, based on everything I've spoken about so far, I believe that our solution is the best or is the next best thing right now. Because if you're not looking to build fast, then you should not build at all right now. That's how I look at it. And it's actually a great place for an investor to come because, like I said, investment, someone that is really looking to invest is not just thinking of sinking the money. He's thinking about return on investment and also the time it takes to get that investment back. So housing for newlyweds, 1-bedroom housing, 2-bedroom housing, student accommodations, Airbnbs, these are big. The Airbnb one is massive because it's what's really, really blowing up outside Nigeria right now. Airbnbs are being built with shipping containers left, right, and center, and they are making their money back even before they've started to rent it out because of just how quick it is. Give me 40 million and move in 10 weeks. I think people think it's magic. I think it's magic. In today's real estate in Nigeria, it's magic.
Magic and
It's
crazy.
magic. But we can do that magic.
Wow. You know what? Don't let us talk too much. See the number below. Call us and let us build you a home. A home that you will look at and you say, this is home from above. So with that being said, it's nice
It was lovely
meeting with
having
you.
a chat with you.
If you want it,